Hi you guys, welcome to a new episode of Food and a Single Guy with me, your very own AMARU. Now, if you're interested in learning how to make passion fruit syrup, this is the video for you. I have shown you in previous videos how to make syrup, but I really wanted to show you how to make passion fruit syrup because I love passion fruit. Now, there are a variety of passion fruit on planet Earth, as you may well know, and as a child, growing up as a child, in the backyard, like all the way in the back, we had these wild passion fruits. That is what we call them in my country. And these are the very small ones. And I remember, if I remember correctly, these were somewhat yellowish, greenish, I'm not too sure, but they were not too sweet and not too tart. You would simply break them open, the skin was very soft, and then you would suck out the pulp. Delicious. And then also in my country we have another variety which is somewhat bigger, and the skin is it's a deep green color, the skin is, and it's very shiny, and then at the top of the fruit, at the crown where the fruit hangs from the vine, it has like a golden hue, like covering the top of the fruit. Very beautiful, also very tart and perfect for syrup making. In my country, we also have the orange variety, and when you cut that open, the skin on the inside, the skin is very spongy, and the pulp is gray and it has black pits. You can simply scoop out the pulp with a spoon and eat it because that variety is very, very sweet. I'm going to insert a couple of pictures for you so you can have a look-see. And then when I went to Brazil in 2019 to visit my cousin and to celebrate my birthday, he took me to the supermarket and to a local convenience store, and they had fresh fruit, fresh produce. When I tell you those passion fruits were humongous, I'm not exaggerating, they were huge. And I completely lost my ish in the store. I told my cousin, I said, now look, I'm going home with all of these because I need to make passion fruit juice to last me for at least 2 weeks. When I tell you I had passion fruit juice almost every day. Beautiful fruit, delicious fruit. Now, the ones that I'm going to use for this video are the African passion fruit, and I'm sure, and I think that this is the variety that most of you are most familiar with, and these are imported from Zimbabwe, okay? Now, if you want to know how I make this syrup, continue to watch this video because it's going to be good and delicious. So without further ado, let us continue. Okay, you guys, so these are the passion fruit that I purchased at the supermarket, and these are imported from Zimbabwe. What you're going to do, you're going to slice them open. You're then going to scoop out the pulp and put them in a nice little bowl. Let's do just that. There we go. See? So this is what they look like on the inside. And like I said, you're simply going to scoop out the pulp just like so. Now I'm going to finish doing this because I don't want to bore you with any of this because it's very monotonous and it's not very interesting. So I'm going to finish doing this, and I shall show you what it all looks like when I'm all done. Alright? Okay, you guys, we're almost done. We're almost done. Doesn't that look beautiful? I just love passion fruit. You have no idea. And I tasted the pulp. It is very, very tart, very sour. And the sour passion fruit are perfect to make syrup with. The sweet ones, not so much. But the sour ones, the tart ones, perfect. So this is the pulp that we're going to use to make the syrup with. And it's quite a lot, I can tell you that much. It smells delicious. But this is what we're going to use to make the syrup with. Okay? Now let's get cooking. Okay, you guys, as mentioned in my previous videos, per my mom's recipe, what I have here is about 1 kilogram of sugar, to which I have added about 1,300 milliliters of water. So next you want to stir continuously to dissolve the sugar. So the sugar is completely dissolved. Next I'm going to add the passion fruit pulp. Just like so. And we're going to allow this to come to a gentle boil. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's not even done and it smells delicious already. My goodness, I'm having such a flashback to my country right now. Incredible. Yeah, baby, this is what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna allow this to continue to cook for about 10 minutes on medium heat, and then I'm gonna turn down the flame and allow this to continue to simmer for at least 35 minutes. Alright, you guys, so my syrup has been boiling away nicely for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to turn down the heat and I'm gonna allow this to continue to simmer for at least 35 minutes. There we go. It smells delicious. Okay, you guys, so I've allowed the syrup to cool for about an hour. We are now going to pass it through a sieve. Just like so. And with a spatula, I am going to gently move it around. Just like so. Look at that golden color. Doesn't that look beautiful? I can tell you it smells delicious too. And at this point, the syrup is still a little warm. There we go. Now you guys, next, we're not getting rid of this pulp. I am going to dilute this with some water and sample my syrup. Okay? Now, let's continue. Now you guys, next we're going to add some of this passion fruit extract. And it is very rich and creamy, as you can see. And I'm gonna add 2 of these spoonfuls. 1, 2. We're gonna give it a stir. Oh, it smells even more delicious. You have no idea. Now you guys, I need you to know that this thing is highly concentrated and it's very bitter. You don't want to add too much of it. Alright? Alright. So next we're going to finish the syrup with some citric acid. And I will be starting with half a teaspoon. You don't want to add too much. You don't want to add too much and you don't want to add too little. And you have to taste the syrup as you go. You're gonna give it a good stir, and the citric acid is going to balance the flavor of your syrup. The passion fruit itself is very tart, so you don't want to add too much of the citric acid because it's going to turn into a sour mess, and that is not what you want. So let me do a little taste test. Just like so. It is delicious. But I think a little bit more citric acid will do just fine. Alright? There we go. That's it. So now we're going to do a second taste test. Honey, you have no idea. This is it. This is it. So next I'm going to pour the syrup into my mason jar, and then of course I'm going to dazzle you with the final presentation. And there you have it, your delicious homemade passion fruit syrup. And speaking of which, there it is, my homemade passion fruit syrup, diluted with some water, with some added ice cubes, and a glass of this will come in very handy on a hot summer day. Okay, now if you decide to try to make your own passion fruit syrup, let me know how it turned out, because I'm always interested in hearing from you. In the meantime, do be well, take care, happy cooking, happy eating, happy passion fruit syrup drink ranking. Don't add crazy to the craziness. And if you're interested in purchasing one of these t-shirts, the link to my Spreadshirt store is posted below. And if you're interested in purchasing your copy of my cookbook, my literary debut, Amaru Cooks, A Touch of Suriname Through Food and Anecdotes, go to my website, amaru.nl. You will see the Buy Now link. Click on it and it will take you to the store to purchase your copy of my book. Oh yes! Now, do be well, you guys, once again, and until we meet again, ciao.